Expert difficulty, survival mode, crafted equipment only, Skyrim. Enchanted equipment is allowed so long as I only use it to either disenchant or sell my own crafted equipment. Pre-placed equipment in the world is not allowed. Raw material purchasing is allowed. No restrictions on quest or factions, but a ban on most Creation Club content. Permadeath. So if I die, I will have to delete my save files and restart the run from word go. And to make it better, my starting race and character build will both be selected by a spin of a random wheel, meaning I can't plan things out ahead of time and will have to leave things up entirely to chance to find out what kind of character I'm going to have to build to survive. Skyrim, crafted equipment only. All Creation Club content is enabled, and here is my mod list in case you want to slow down the video and read it. Can I survive? Skyrim, in permadeath, survival mode. Well, in the last episode, we died. So, you know what that means? We get to respawn again. An Imperial, huh? Alright, and what of the build? An Imperial Archmage, meaning we're allowed to use any school of magic, but that's all we're allowed to use. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's get back to it. So, Imperial, huh? Okay. We start off with essentially a calm spell we can use on high-level targets. They're skilled of combat and magic. Okay, so we should have some beginning points as far as magical skills go. Yeah, I like this preset. Let's go. As far as what we're gonna call our aspiring mage, hey, sorry. That was my cat. She flopped into a cardboard box. A little goober. Let's go with Marie. Yeah. Alright, Mara, what you got for me?
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin. Leaving your life to chance, so be it.
You already know we're going with surprise me. Please don't get Left 4 Dead as our start. Oh! Are we a Vigilant of Stendar? Okay. You know what? I can work with this. I can definitely work with this. So, trying to think of what, like, the whole backstory would be for this particular character that I'm going to say, as far as backstory, that for whatever reason or another, we've grown kind of disinterested in the whole vigilant lifestyle and have kind of decided to strike out on our own.
The mercy of I am the keeper of the vigil here in Skyrim. We bring Stendar's mercy to the innocent.
Oh, is that a Daedra heart? You know what? Daedra heart, vampire dust. A letter.
What are you doing that for?
Search for the Vigilant at Wind Peak Inn. I'll be taking everything useful from the hull before I leave out. I'm sure, you know, the God of Mercy will permit me that much.
Walk always in the light, or we will drag.
Wherever the Daedra hide, the Vigil of Stendar will cast them into the world.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take some garlic from those cloves as well. Venison, alchemy lab. Venison shops. Cooking spit.
Walk always in the light, or we will drag you.
You know, maybe I'll be back someday. Maybe I'll be back someday. But for now,
The mercy
we
of Stendar does
have better ambitions than spending all day in a chapel. Our first step, though, should definitely be
Stendar does not
finding ourselves. Well, Dawnstar is close by. Okay. But I feel like
Daedra worshippers.
our best port of call would be to make the trip to... Please tell me we start off with a damaging spell. Okay, we do. We start off with flames. We start off with flames and the voice of the Emperor. Okay, good. Well, suppose our first port of call should be Winterhold then. You know, maybe in order to help the Vigilant more, we've opted to go pick up some knowledge at the College of Winterhold and learn a thing or two about enhancing our magical abilities. Help hunt Daedra more effectively with better techniques. Being up in this part of Skyrim, though, does kind of scare me. Because, man, talk about a place where we could freeze to death pretty damn easily. Or get eaten by spiders, one of the two.
Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
Maybe another time, Talsgore. Kind of unimportant business right now. Like, we gotta get ourselves to the college before we inevitably freeze to death. It's warm right now. The sun is shining. But, you know, gotta make sure we keep it that way. So, let's head on up through this little mountain pass. There's we are already cold. Okay. Fortunately, it seems like there's some sort of military camp up here. And I'm sure they'd at least let me warm up a bit. Or run to Morrowind. You know, seeing as how... Okay. Hungry as well. Okay. Is that what I think that is? Is that the Frostfall Lighthouse? Because if it is, we should not go in there other than to maybe warm up a bit. That place is dangerous. There's like Chorus and Fulmer all over the shop in there. Ugh, that said though, with this cold, we might not have a chance. Or might not have a choice. We might have to go in there for at least a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I see the way my health is getting. I'm gonna opt to head in there for a little. Frostflow Lighthouse. Yep. Take those horse hides. Can I have the... Okay, okay. Let's head inside and hope we're not immediately accosted by the local tourist population. Expert locked wooden door. Color requires a key. There's a whole site here. Jeez. I mean, realistically, my character, right? You know, Vigilantes standard, they'd want to at least know what was up here. Clear sign of a tourist infestation. Okay, yes. Thank you. Not really interested in the forks and knives, as it turns out. You know, we'll investigate this once we actually have some magic worth investigating it with. There's gonna be a standing stone all the way out there. Okay. The Shrine of Azura really is a presence, isn't it? See it from all the way over here. Ice wolves. You know what? Not particularly interested in making those guys mad. Just wander through the tundra for a little bit, I guess. What on earth? Oh, right. Dwemer structure. Yeah, anything Dwemer in nature tends to be a bit of a risk to even attempt to engage with. Those dwarves built their stuff to last and to chase out anybody that wasn't them. So, yeah, no thanks. I'm good. Is that Starfall? That looks like it might be. Starfall. It definitely looks like there's an excavation going on, bare minimum. Come on. Clamber down the rock. Yeah. True enough. Looks like the main expeditionary force hasn't quite shown up yet. I don't suppose they'll mind if I take some things from them, though. Yeah, there's a whole archaeological dig happening here. One I'm curious would be upset with me if I poked my head inside to get out of the cold. Is the door open? No. Okay. It's a good thing about to check that. Alright. Well, we will be back here later. Especially if you're going to go join up with the college. Okay. We're starting to develop a bit of a chill. Next. Cave or substantial. Oh! Are we closer by than I might have thought? There's the icon for Winterhold on the map. You know what? Yeah, I bet you I'll be cresting the college here shortly. Shrine of Azura, right there, huh? We're definitely gonna have to try to pick that up. Well, then again, okay, if we were like a Vigilant of Stendar, would it really be good of us to pick up a Daedric artifact? I mean, okay. Azura, typically one of the nicer Daedra. But I don't know, I feel like that might get us some dirty glares from our order if we come in bringing that. There's the college, though. Still as adequately preserved as ever. Air is treacherously cold. Yeah, I'll tell them that much. Okay, that's the Jarl's Longhouse. Ooh, warm up by the fire. We could use that. It's been a painless journey from the hall, at least. But it's also been, I don't know, quite the treacherous path through the winding mountains. Feel warmer and are now comfortable.
I can't believe Dagger allows him to stay there.
This is what it's come to. No one seems to care what they've done to our home.
It's clear that memories are far too short.
And it's clear money matters more to Dagor than honor.
Hello?
What's your business here in Winterhold?
Does it matter?
Should
Okay.
Not that it matters anymore. No one bothers coming.
I mean, I guess I am here for the college, so I might as well tell them the truth. Do you have any work?
Winterhold has lost much of its history, and with that much of its power, I aim to change that. I've heard rumors of the resting place of the Helm of Winterhold, the very same helm that Jarl Hansa wore in the First Era. Hansa was in line to be High King of Skyrim, you know. Having that might get the ear of the other holds, and give me some authority.
If I find it, sure.
Good. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for your return. Come.
And what particular crypt is that? Right. Definitely gonna want some better spells
Ours is the only family left that truly
before we even entertain the idea of that. Okay, that's the inn. You the general goods merchant? Okay.
You must be one of those wizards from the College in Winterhold.
Well, not yet, but you've got me flagged down correctly, Berna.
I do what's necessary so we can get by. Have to, since I can't count on my brother for anything.
So why set up shop here?
Wasn't by choice, I can tell you that. Options were in short supply. Branmir and I grew up here, and nearly any money I make, he drinks away. Without the coin to pack up and leave, I decided to take to trading.
Do you get much business all the way up here?
Very funny. I'm sure you've noticed that Winterhold isn't exactly overflowing with people. So I'll sell whatever I can. If it's worth putting a price on, you can bet I'll do it. I've been burned a few times, made a few bad deals, but mostly I come out on top.
Is there something about a bad deal?
Yeah, it was stupid of me. I shouldn't have believed the story and just refused the trade. But I didn't, and now I'm stuck with this worthless junk.
What's the story?
Line about this clothing in Ingol Barrow. He said it was worth more than its weight in gold if I took it back there. Something about placing it back in Ingol's chamber. I don't know. What was I thinking? Even if it were true, I'm not setting foot in some ancient tomb filled with who knows what.
I can look into it for
I
ya.
don't even care anymore. You want to check it out? Fine. I'll sell you the thing for 50 gold, and then it's your problem.
I'll take the claw.
Fine, here you go. You get killed on account of this thing, it's not my fault. Got it?
Understood.
But I suppose if it does actually turn out to be worth something, let me know, will you? Take a look.
Got anything else for sale? Ooh. Okay, the backpack would kind of be worth investing in, potentially. You know what? I'll splurge for that. Here, I'll trade you a garnet in return.
All right then.
There we go. Mage's backpack would be better for us aesthetically and effects-wise, but hey. Okay. Let's get ourselves settled into the college, yeah?
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry.
And what is... Well, I know what this place is. It's the college. Why are you out here?
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of...
Thank you, dialogue option.
This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge.
May I enter?
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
I want to... Yeah, unravel the mysteries of Furious.
Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. This is a noble goal, indeed. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will.
I'll take your test then.
Excellent. A standard spell for one skilled in destruction magic is the Firebolt. Casting one at the seal on the ground here would be sufficient.
I don't happen to know that spell.
No? Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be happy to provide it to you for a mere 30 gold. Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They also sell spells.
You know what? I'll bite.
You are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it.
Oh. Don't have to read the book directly, I just kind of know it, huh?
Much knowledge lies within the college's walls. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Ah. Well, I'd say that went well.
Winterhold's glory days are gone, but the college lives on.
Okay, so, duly noted, it definitely takes quite a bit of our mana to actually cast that. We're gonna want to invest more in that, I suspect. Huh. Well, I consider installing some guardrails on that bridge. Someone could slip off and fall to death in this weather. You know, while I'm thinking about it, that barrow that the coral dragon claw apparently goes to, do I have that, like, on my map at all? In case I wanted to go check that out later? That would be a no. Huh. Should track that down later.
No matter what, the college will endure.
Well, thanks for the lead around, I suppose.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reason behind the decision.
Nom.
The Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find that Balnor received no such treatment. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
I was told to speak with you.
Welcome to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
Ready.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off.
Okay. It's actually worse warmth rating. And that's actually a worse... Well... Actually, yeah, no. Well, I guess this does help with our...
It's been a fixture in Skyrim.
2, 3, 4.
For lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
I mean, hey, now we have robes that are good for both restoration and destruction, which are the two schools of magic I anticipate will be using the most. Alteration for armor and conjuration for summons, yeah. But still.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments.
Oh, alright then. Let's head on in.
Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the hall. The elements, where most members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Okay.
Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
Mirrorball? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I was wondering about that when you got a little stuck. You know what? The big central building over there? Yeah, I think I got this part. Thanks. Ooh, is that
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Jeez, okay.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do?
Yeah, we probably should be safe, otherwise this whole place could collapse into the ocean with the rest of the town.
Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
No, don't listen to her. We can do it. Just give us a chance.
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
I don't happen to know any.
That's all right. I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Oh. There, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up.
What you learn here will last forever.
Excellent.
Several of your talents.
Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Starfield nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
My family didn't.
No, we haven't.
Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Dangerous research must be a problem here.
Not often. often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us.
Well, I'll be taking my leave then.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Well. Okay then.
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of magic.
Oh, we've managed to successfully leave our life behind from the Vigilance of Stendar and made our way over to the college. I'm sure there's quite a lot we can learn here. Ooh, you know what? Nobody's gonna notice if a little bit of gold goes missing. And we could use some to buy spells, so... Ooh! Nordic ring. More horsehide. Also, I love the implication that the second I picked up that ring, a certificate of authenticity was just airdropped into my inventory. Hey, you know what? We're making back our money from the whole Dragonclaw thing. Matter of fact, I think we might have made a profit already. Yeah, to take gold, singular. Get some valuable alchemy ingredients there. And there we go. A successful borrowing of valuable materials. But for now, especially with this being the introduction of a new character, I think that's a good place to leave it. Magic in Skyrim can be difficult to work with at the best of days, but I'm sure we can make this work. For now, see you all in the next one. Peace.